What is going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of the Thrive Forever Fit Show. I am your host, Jay Nixon. And today we've got another special bonus episode for you. This is from day 2 of my super masterclass on mindset, momentum, and motivation called Mindset Revolution. It's a 3-day free training I'm doing in my Wellness Lab Launchpad free group. I hope you're over there. I hope you're watching it. If you've already seen today's episode, I'd go ahead and listen again because it's uber powerful. And the strategies and tips that I'm going to give you today are going to be things that you can use for the rest of your life to create momentum anytime you need it. So today's episode is called Positively Priming Your Beliefs and Creating the Momentum Mindset. Get a pen, get some paper. You're going to want to take some notes. This is a uber powerful episode. I know you're going to love it, and I'll see you on the other side. Enjoy, and I'll see you soon. Love you. Bye. What is going on, guys? Welcome to day 2 of Mindset Revolution, your masterclass in mindset, momentum, and motivation. Hopefully you have had the opportunity to listen to day 1 already. If not, the recording is available and will be available until October the 2nd, which is Saturday. So make sure you find that. If you can't find it, all you have to do is ask us and we can tag you in on the recording. Super simple. I believe it's about 40 minutes. So it's really easy to digest and then implement. I gave you 2 strategies last night. Hopefully those of you guys that are watching tonight have had the opportunity to implement those strategies. Hopefully you use your 6x6 breathing technique today. And hopefully you used your awareness, intention, and action, your AIA strategy and technique today. Super simple techniques that done over time will create a fortified mindset for you, will actually give you the ability to control every situation and scenario that comes your way with just the simplicity of removing yourself from that elementary brain and putting yourself back into that evolved brain. I won't go back into that in great detail. I just wanted to kind of recap that a little bit for you tonight. So for those of you guys that haven't listened to night 1, there were 2 powerful strategies. I highly suggest you go back and listen to those. Those recordings will be available until Saturday. Those of you guys that are listening right now live, welcome. I'm glad you're here. Those of you who are listening on recording or on the podcast or anywhere and everywhere that you've got access to this valuable and awesome information, I am glad that you've taken the time to do that. And I'm uber grateful that you're allowing me the opportunity to speak into your life and to give you some strategies, tools, and tips that are going to help you. The whole purpose of Mindset Revolution is this. It's really simple. I know that we are overwhelmed. I know that we are feeling chaotic. I know anxiety is high on the list. I know depression for some of you guys is high on the list. I know fear for some of you guys is really high on the list. And my opportunity and my mission today and throughout this whole week is to help you alleviate some of those stressors in your life and to help you get to a happy place. At the end of this week, my total goal is this, that I've given you enough belief in yourself, because that's really where it starts. And I've given you the tools and the strategies that you can use on a daily basis, simple tools that you can use on a daily basis that will help you overcome overwhelm. Overwhelm's not going away, right? Anxiety's not going away. Things aren't going away. Life's not going away. And so we have to learn how to manage that. And what I need you to understand is that you've got, like I said last night, you've got everything inside of you necessary to overcome overwhelm. You don't need any outside forces. You don't need anything other than what you've already got available to you. The second thing you need is support and accountability. Now, I get it. That's an outside stimulus, but it's something that we were born for. We're pack animals. Human beings are designed as creatures of community and culture and connection. And without that, we tend to begin to isolate. And anytime we isolate, we move further away from accountability. We move further away from support. And I can promise you this, the further you move away from accountability and support, the weaker you become and the more opportunity, stress, anxiety, fear, depression, chaos, overwhelm have the chance to overwhelm and encompass your life. That's what we have to get out of. And so the purpose of today's training is going to be to help you positively prime your belief system, right? Because that's where it all starts. Your belief system is where everything is predicated on. What you believe is what you will get. And I'm going to explain that to you in greater detail tonight. But tonight we're going to talk about positively priming your belief system and creating a momentum mindset. Because here's the truth. You've got the power to turn on your positive momentum anytime you choose to. Listen, I'm serious. Anytime you decide that you're going to flip the switch on your positive momentum capabilities, you can turn that on. And I'm going to show you tonight how simple that is. And once you learn how to access your momentum mindset, you can turn it on at the snap of a finger. You can actually shift the energy in every situation you encounter. Remember last night how I told you you've got the two sides of your brain? You've got your elementary side and your evolved side. All this is teaching you how to do is activate that evolved side of the brain. Yesterday, I gave you two strategies, the 6x6 breathing technique and the AIA, awareness, intention, and action. What that does is it triggers your evolved brain to become active. And then what I'm going to teach you tonight is how to prime that evolved brain so that it becomes stronger than your elementary brain, and you've got the ability to use it at a moment's notice. Here's the truth. Human beings always act, feel, and perform in accordance with what they imagine to be true about themselves and their environment. I'm going to say that again. I would write this down if I was you, or it's in your, maybe I don't think this is in your notes. Write this down. Human beings will always act, feel, and perform in accordance with what they imagine to be true about themselves and their environment. That's powerful if you think about it. That lets you know that you have control based on what you believe to be true. And here's the truth about all of that, that those thoughts are malleable. And what that means is they're changeable. You can construct and create your belief system. Here's where most of us are and have been for the last 2 years. Low confidence, low energy, and having a scarcity mindset. And what that does is that breeds and bleeds into your entire life. It bleeds into your relationships, your business, your health and fitness. All of those things are controlled by what you believe to be true about yourself and your environment. So here's what I need from you tonight. I just need one thing. You're already here, so I don't even have to ask for that. If you're listening, you're already here. I don't have to ask for that. I need you to believe that you are capable of being, doing, and having everything and anything you desire. Because here's the truth. Human beings will never surpass what they believe they are. You'll never surpass who and what you believe you are. We are designed to live in accordance with our identity, and all our identity is who we believe we are, how we believe we are in this world. And that will control your level of success and happiness. So what you believe about yourself is the maximum, I can't think of the right word, the maximum threshold of what you're going to achieve. If you believe you deserve bottom line, basic level, just getting through life, barely making it, then that's what you're going to create for yourself. But if you believe you deserve more, and we put a post up today, do you believe you deserve happiness? And every single one of you said, I believe I deserve to be happy. Well, that's a choice, guys, and it's a choice that we can create. But in order to create that choice, you've got to believe that you can be, do, and have anything you desire. And you have to believe that you're capable of getting out of this scarcity, elementary level brain mindset. You've got to believe that the tools and the strategies and the techniques that I'm teaching you over the course of this week are going to work for you. And the only way they work, let's go back to last night. It's an awareness. And then the intention is what you believe about it. And you have to take the actions on it. If you get into a stressful scenario or situation and you don't use your 6x6 breathing technique, is it going to work? Absolutely not. If you use your 6x6 breathing technique one time, is that going to fortify it into your habits, standards, and rituals inside of your brain where it becomes human nature for you? Absolutely not. These are things that you have to start to fortify with action. Everything we're going to talk about is going to require you to think differently. Remember what I said last night about being programmed? You've been programmed by everything, the news, commercials, society, everything. For the last 2 years, you've been told what to do, how to do it, when to do it, what to think, why to think that, and you haven't questioned that because that's not what we're designed to do. We are designed to, it's the utilitarian approach of how we were treated in school, right? You go to school, the bell rings, you sit in a row, you raise your hand, the bell rings again, you walk out of the class in a single file line, you go to the next class, you sit in a row, you raise your hand. It's a utilitarian approach to not question anything. What I need you to start doing is questioning why you believe what you believe about yourself. Forget about everything else. Start questioning what you believe about yourself. And if you're not in the happy place that you want to be in, then that tells you something about the belief system that you have. The world is what the world is, and we see the world as we are, not as it is. Is that right? Yeah, that's right. Okay. Sometimes I say that so fast it comes out of my mouth, and I'm like, "Whoa, did I say that right?" Yeah, you're going to see the world as you perceive the world, and so you're going to get more of. And I'm going to teach you about this tonight. Why this works. You're going to get more of what you perceive the world to be. Let me read the statement again that I read. Once you learn how to access your momentum mindset, you can use it at the snap of a finger and shift your energy in every situation and every counter because of this. Human beings always act, feel, and perform in accordance with what they imagine to be true. And listen to the word, imagine to be true about themselves and their environment. You've got to change what you imagine to be true about yourself and your environment. And tonight I'm going to give you strategies and tools so I can help you do that. So tonight we're going to talk about positively priming your belief system and creating a momentum mindset. Because here's the truth, your subconscious brain. So let's look at your brain a little differently than we did last night. Last night we looked at like a right and a left. Tonight we're going to look at like a top and a bottom. So your top brain is your conscious brain. That's the brain that we're kind of using all the time. Your subconscious brain is this little joker that hides back here in the back. And he's the one that's controlling a lot of your emotions and your thoughts and your actions and your default settings. All a default setting is an old story, an old program. If you thought of your brain as a computer, your subconscious brain is that super part of the computer that tries to determine or does determine what the outcome needs to be based on what you're thinking. And what I mean by that is we have certain patterns that we perform in when certain stimuli are presented to us. Meaning when you get mad or upset, you have a default that you go to immediately every single time. That's a subconscious brain pattern. The beautiful thing about this, like I said a while ago, is those are malleable, meaning they're changeable. And so if you have a pattern right now that's been programmed into you that you don't even like let me ask you a question. Who likes being fearful all the time? Nobody, right? It sucks. Who likes feeling overwhelmed? Nobody. It sucks. Who likes feeling anxiety? Nobody. It sucks. But the reason you feel that is because of the inputs that you're allowing into your subconscious brain that have created programs that are running behind the scenes 24/7, 365 that are keeping you stuck in that elementary flight and fight state of your brain. And so today we're going to talk about a simple strategy. So I call this the AVE. It's going to be activation, visualization, and emotion. And I'm going to teach you how to retrain your brain and why your brain is retrainable. This isn't like smoke and mirrors or magic. Your brain is literally the most unique and vastly superior supercomputer on the planet. It can do things that you don't even understand why it does what it does. It's so technologically advanced and it's designed to give you what you want. See, that's the beautiful thing about it. Your brain is designed to give you what you want. But let's flip the script back a little bit. It can only give you what you want based on who you believe you are. And so it's not going to give you things that you don't believe you deserve. It's not going to present things to you that you don't believe you're capable of. It's not going to give you happiness if you're not seeking happiness. You will get more of what it is that you seek. Have you ever noticed that? Have you ever noticed like when you're in a bad mood or bad things kind of happen to you, it's like a domino effect. It's like you just can't seem to get away from stuff happening to you in a negative fashion. The same thing goes for positivity. Have you ever noticed like when you get good things going your way, it's like, holy shit, things couldn't be any better. This is awesome. And that's the way life goes. But it's not a coincidence. It's the supercomputer running inside of your brain, your reticular activating system, that's actually working for you to give you that which you focus on and eliminate that which you're not focused on. So here's the AVE strategy. So AVE stands for activation, visualization, and emotion. So AVE develops the beliefs deep inside your subconscious brain so that you can begin to create the new neural pathways necessary for optimal achievement. So think about that strategy right there. Creation of new neural pathways. You're basically writing new code for your brain that's more efficient, that's more effective, that's more positive, that's more powerful. And that code is writable and rewritable throughout the course of our entire lives. So you decide your outcome, and then you ask yourself, what do I need to believe in order to achieve this outcome? So let's kind of slow down a little bit. Let's say we have an outcome that we desire. Let's say we want to lose weight, and we say I want to lose 50 pounds. So that's the outcome that I desire. And then I have to decide who I need to become in order to achieve that outcome. Because who I am today, the person who gained the 50 pounds, is not going to be able to lose those 50 pounds. Can we understand that? Do you understand what I'm saying when I say that? It's like you're going to need to change the way you think, the way you speak, the way you act, your belief systems, your habits, your standards, your rituals. All those things need to change and evolve if you're truly ever going to lose that 50 pounds. And I deal with this on a daily basis. This is one of the primary drivers of what I do, is help people lose weight. And if you don't become a newer version of yourself, you'll never lose the weight that you desire to lose. And so the first step is decide the outcome and then ask yourself, what do I need to believe in order to achieve this outcome? Most of the time, we don't believe that we are capable of achieving the things that we desire. I know we're coming up on New Year's, and I think the new percentage is like about 5% of New Year's resolutions actually come true. Do you know why that is? People don't believe that they're actually going to achieve the things they say they want because they've failed themselves so many times. They've said, hey, I'm going to do this year. Like I've seen a lot of you guys. And I want to listen, I'm radically honest. And that's one of the things you'll either love or hate about me. I've watched a lot of you guys on social media post, there's 90 days left in the year. I'm going to devote and commit to my health and fitness, and I'm going to crush the last 90 days of the year. Can I tell you some hard truth? Most of you will not do that. I know. It sucks. Trust me, it irritates me too. It pisses me off because I want you to win. And here's why you won't do that is because you're not going to be willing to change who you are and who you believe you are in order to get those things that you want. Because the person that's been doing the work for I'm horrible at math, 365 minus 90, let's just call it 250-ish. The person that's been crushing life for the first 250 days of the year isn't just going to start doing things differently the last 90. They're going to have to change a lot of behaviors. They're going to have to change a lot of standards, a lot of rituals, a lot of habits in order to actually do the things they post on Facebook and say they're going to do. Now, I love the declaration. I love that. That's part of it. I'm going to teach you tonight. Those of you guys that have made that declaration, you are so lucky because what I'm going to teach you tonight is going to give you the opportunity to actually fulfill that destiny. And I've said this to a few of you that I've seen post that. I am with you. I'm with you every step of the way. If you really want to do that, if you really want to go all in on the last 90 days of the year and crush it and be motivated and have momentum and treat yourself with respect and have health and fitness and wellness and show up on January 1 feeling, looking, and being better than you've ever been, you found the dude. Like you hit the jackpot. And what I'm going to tell you tonight, if you'll start to implement it tonight, along with what I told you last night, along with what I'm going to teach you tomorrow and the next day, you're going to make it. Like this could not be better timing. I'm excited. All right, write this down. Visualization equals simulation. I'll explain. Visualization equals simulation. Using positive belief affirmations such as I am strong can reprogram your subconscious brain, but alone it won't be good enough. I see people using IAMs and affirmations and the secret and all of those things over and over and over again. And then they get pissed and like, this doesn't work. Well, it's not that it doesn't work. It's that you're only utilizing one piece of the puzzle. See, visualization, affirmations, stimulations, that's a three-part process. And so for affirmations to have value and power, they need to have three critical components. And these components are critical and necessary, or your affirmations are just simply words. And you have to do this because this is the only way that you can impact your subconscious brain with your affirmations. And the only way we change in life is if we change the programming in our subconscious brain. And so number one is activation. You have to use concise, positive words. So you have to choose concise, positive words. Let me give you an example. So if I say, I love apples, when I say the word I, my mind knows immediately I'm talking about me. When I say the word love, my mind knows, well, he likes this, he adores this, he loves this. It understands what that means. When I say the word apple, my mind gets confused because it's searching my entire hard drive. Remember, this is a computer system. It's searching my entire hard drive for everything associated to apples that has ever been put into my subconscious brain. So it's thinking about red apples, green apples, yellow apples, Washington apples, Fuji apples, Honeycrisp, apple pie, Apple iPhone, Apple anything. And that's where I lose, and that's where you lose the connection to your I am. Because you have to have an association strong enough to drive home what that really means into your subconscious brain. This is why visualization is so important. So when you attach visualization to the I am, so if I close my eyes and I say, I love apples, like I want to be an apple, I want whatever it is, and I can actually see that apple in my brain, that changes my brain chemistry. That creates a new neural pathway associated to the language that I spoke out of my mouth. And so number two is the clear visualization. So when I say I love apples and I visualize a red apple in my mind, my brain says, oh, okay, 100%. I know what that is. And then I get an associative reaction through my reticular activating system that I talked about that we all have. Don't sit there and question, do I have an RAS? Everybody has a reticular activating system. And it is one of the most powerful things in your entire brain, in your entire body. Your reticular activating system is designed to give you more of what you focus on and filter out everything else. This is why I always say you get what you focus on. If you focus on negativity, listen to me, if you watch the news right now and the news is just hammering you with fear, hate, destruction, overwhelm, chaos, your brain is going to say, okay, Jay is focused on fear, hate, destruction, and I'm going to find that everywhere I go. That's why it's so important that you audit your inputs. And the more precise you are with your vision, the easier it becomes for your brain to perfectly understand what it is that you want. And so if the news is on 24/7, 365, like it is in most people's homes, can you imagine how challenging it is for those people to get those negative visuals out of their brain, those negative words out of their brain, those negative thoughts out of their brain? And their brain is consistently revolving. The RAS doesn't decide for you. You decide for it, and then it goes to work for you. And so by listening to that input of negativity consistently, you're just simply telling your brain, this is what I'm focused on. And so your brain will filter out everything else, and it will present you with more of that. Now let's talk about number three, and probably the most critical component to this whole thing. It's called emotion, and it's attaching a corresponding feeling. So when you attach an emotion to a clear visualization, to concise, positive words, that's when you get the trifecta, and that's when you get the benefits of actually using the system that I'm teaching you. Feeling is emotion, and emotion is energy. Everything in the universe is made up of energy that is vibrating at a specific frequency. You are vibrating at a specific frequency based on the inputs that you're allowing into your brain. It's been scientifically proven. They can hook you up to an fMRI scan, all these different kind of scans that show the energy that you're projecting from your body. Perfect example is this. For those of you guys that don't believe in the woo-woo stuff, your heart is an electrical organ. So do you understand why they have to put a pacemaker in your heart? It's because the electrical signal gets disrupted. And in order for you to stay alive, we have to stimulate and simulate that electrical signal by adding an artificial pacemaker that creates the energy and the emotion connected to that heart. So that tells you that your entire body is an emotional energy field. And so when you attach an emotional feeling and a corresponding emotion to your concise choice of positive words and your clear visualization, you get the magic, because it creates the energy necessary for your subconscious brain to understand what it is that you want and give you more of that. So if you can tap into your subconscious brain and download the vibrational patterns that you want to attract into your life, those same thoughts, feelings, things, people, places, everything, those frequencies will be attracted to you. So perfect example is this. If you want to be happy, what do you think you need to do more of? Do you think, this is a rhetorical question, you obviously know I know the answer to this. Do you think you can keep doing the things that you're doing? Participating in negative conversations, being surrounded by people who just simply want to talk about chaos and craziness and this and that and blah, blah. I'm not even going to get into it, but do you understand what I'm saying? You can't focus on that and think that you're going to get anything other than that. You've got to start to surround yourself with positive, powerful people, positive, powerful conversations, positive, powerful, intriguing, dynamic happiness levels. And that's the only way you're going to get where you want to go. You can't do it the other way. And so if you'll use last night's strategies and you'll couple those with the visualizations that we're talking about here, you've got the opportunity to create everything and anything that you want in your life. Now, I always like this caveat, right? Here's what I get a lot. Jay, I can't visualize. I don't even know. I want to be happier, but I don't know how to create it. I can't create it. Here's the number one thing that you need to do before you even try to do this. It's a systematic approach. If you will start with your 6x6 breathing technique, and then you'll go into your AIA, you'll go into your awareness, your intention, and then your actions. And then decide the outcome that you want. And then use your activation, visualization, and emotion that I just taught you. That is how you're going to positively and powerfully start to visualize and create the things in your life that you truly deserve and desire. And the only way you can do that is by getting clarity around what it is that the outcome that you want. And you wouldn't be here today, like I said last night, if you didn't want something different. And so you've got to be willing to do something different to get something different. You can't keep walking the same road you're on and think you're going to get to a different destination. You're going to keep showing up at the same place with the same chaos, with the same overwhelm, with the same negativity. So simply shift, change your alignment a little bit, get onto a different path, use these strategies and techniques. If you guys will do this for the next week, I promise you it will start to ingrain inside of your brain. It will become more of a positive and powerful practice in your life, and you'll never have to think about it again. It'll begin to be one of those things that you consistently do. I want to show you a little bit about, I believe in real life examples. So as I said last night, I've written 2 books. So I started thinking about these books today. In both of these books, this is how important the stuff I'm teaching you guys is. In both books, I write about the power of visualization. I wrote this book almost 5 years ago, and it still stands firm, strong, and true today. If you've got the overweight mind, turn to page 113, and you'll see Your Upgrade is Now Available is the title of the chapter. And in this chapter, I talk about how we upgrade everything in our lives. We upgrade our phones, our wardrobes, our cars, our houses, our jobs, our everything. The one thing we don't upgrade is our subconscious and our conscious brain. We don't spend any time working on that. That's everything I'm teaching you last night, tonight, and the rest of the week is basically an upgrade. So when your iPhone pops up and it says you have an upgrade now available, and you click the button automatically and immediately without even thinking about it, that's what you're giving the opportunity to do this week. You're giving the opportunity to click that button. But unlike the iPhone, you're going to have to do the work necessary to create the upgrade. You can't keep doing what you're doing and think you're going to get a different result out of it. No one is going to come and do this for you. You've got to learn to think differently. All having a positive, powerful mindset is, guys, is the ability to think differently. That's what I'm trying to teach you and train you on now. So if you've got the overweight mind, turn to page 113, chapter 11. Your upgrade is now available. Read it and understand it. If you don't have this book, get it. It will be life-changing for you. Second book, The Purpose of Pain. If you turn to page 175, it's an entire chapter on visualization and how I've used visualization to create the life that I have today. The studio, the gym that I own, was created in my brain before I ever saw it. This book was written 1,000 times before I wrote one word. I thought about writing this book for 2 years before I wrote it. I had the title, I owned the URL, I had everything I needed to write this book for 2 years. I visualized this book for 2 years. I visualized the chapters. I visualized the outcome of the impact that this book would have before I ever put pen to paper. The same thing with this book. I wrote it 1,000 times in my visualization. That's how powerful this stuff is, guys. That's how powerful it is and how life-changing it can be, should be, and has to be. Because I'm going to be honest with you. The collective human race right now is not thinking at a very high level. We're stuck in this minutia of overwhelm. We're stuck in this minutia of, listen to me. We've got this isn't a weight loss call, but I'm going to use it as an example. We have got, pause. The health, fitness, and nutrition industry is a $5 trillion industry. That's a lot of money. And we, as the human species, especially Americans, have never been more unhealthy, never been more overweight, never been more out of shape. Disease states have never been higher, and we've never been more confused about what we need to do. Why is that? It's because we're allowing the minutia of nonsense to cloud everything that we do. If I gave every one of you guys a test today, and it was a nutrition test, and the first question was, okay, check the box by which one of these is healthier. And if you get an A on this, you get 100, you win $1 million. Every single one of you would win $1 million. Because it's not that you don't know what to eat. It's not that you don't know how to eat. It's not that you don't know how to move your body. It's not that you don't know that you need to drink water instead of soda. It's not that you know that you shouldn't drink 27 beers at night. You know this. But what the problem is, from here up, it's so clouded and so convoluted with overwhelm and chaos and minutia and inputs and fear and anxiety and depression. Well, holy shit, no wonder you're not making positive, powerful decisions about your life. How could you? The overwhelm has taken over. And so all the strategies I'm trying to teach you this week are simply to reduce that chaos, to diminish that overwhelm. What do we have to lose, right? The path we're on is not a positive path. We've got to get on a different path. And you're not alone. See, I think a lot of times people are scared to try something new because they feel like, listen, I've tried so many things and I've failed so many times. Who cares? You're here tonight. You're listening wherever it is, whenever it is. This is an opportunity for you to go one more time. Go anyway. Go even if you're scared. Even if you're scared about what's the possibility of what could happen if I do all these things Jay's telling me to do, just do it. Go anyway. And know that you're not by yourself. This group, I'm telling you right now, can be one of the most powerful places on the planet if you'll do what I asked you to do last night, and that's just show up and communicate. If you've got a challenge, if you've got an adversity, if you've got an obstacle that's in your way, there's going to be a Q&A on Thursday. You can ask any question that you have, and I will answer it on Thursday. Why would you not take advantage of that opportunity? All you're going to get is more information that is going to help you move to the next level of life. You're going to get a question answered. Remember what I said last night? All an obstacle is, all an adversity is an unanswered question. And if you can get the answer to that question, that adversity of that obstacle becomes a superpower. It becomes a propeller instead of an anchor. But when we don't ask questions, when we sit in isolation, and when we think we're going to change on our own, guys, if you were going to do this on your own, you would have already done it. And I just say that with the utmost brutal honesty. If you were going to change on your own and you like the way things were going, you wouldn't be listening to this, and you would have already made those changes. And here's what I know. I've been working on personal development, human optimization, transformation, performance for, close to the last 30 years, really intensively for at least the last 15. And I can tell you that human beings don't do things in isolation. We don't do things on our own, including me. I've got a support system that is unbelievable. I'm blessed and lucky, and I use that support system like no tomorrow. And so the offer and the opportunity for you is to have a support system right here that is going to help you get what it is you need to get out of life if you really want it. Like if you really want to be happy, if you really want to win, if you really want to have success, it's not achievable or attainable on your own. Let's use sports as a metaphor. There's no sports person, even in individual sports, that doesn't have a radically amazing team behind them. There's no team that doesn't have a radical support system within the unit and behind the scenes. Every single successful person on the planet has an amazing team behind them. What makes you any different? You're not. And you deserve to win just as much as anyone else on the planet. And you've got the opportunity to do that. So do this for me. Take last night's training, take tonight's training, combine them, utilize them, show up tomorrow, get that information, add that to your toolbox, get the Q&A on Thursday, and start making some radical, amazing changes in your life. I promise you, the momentum that you're going to be able to create is going to change every aspect of your life. See, here's the deal. People come to me first and foremost a lot of times and say, hey, Jay, I want to lose blank weight. I want to lose this amount of weight. Here's what I know that I don't tell them that first day. The weight loss is going to be a side effect of me getting them to think, speak, and act differently. And then everything else in their life is going to radically change as well. Their relationships get better. Their finances get better. They lose the weight. Their faith gets deeper. Everything about their life gets better. And weight loss is just a simple side effect. And it's just the result of getting them to think, speak, and act differently. And what I'm giving you tonight are some foundational principles on how you do that. What I gave you last night are foundational principles on how you do that. There's a laundry list of more. My toolbox is huge. And I want to give you all that information so that you can have those same tools and strategies and techniques. Life's meant to be loved. Life's meant to be lived. The title of this book, it says, it's The Purpose of Pain, How to Turn Tragedy into Triumph. And the last line says what? Because life's not supposed to suck. And I think a lot of us right now think that life sucks, and it's not supposed to, and it doesn't have to. And I'm going to be honest with you. I don't want to live in a world where most people think life sucks. So I need a team of happiness warriors that don't believe that. They believe life's not supposed to suck, and they're willing to do the work necessary to reprogram their brains. I'm going to get off my soapbox now. So, guys, I love you. I appreciate you. Thank you for allowing me to speak into your life. I'm super grateful for this opportunity. Do me a favor. Take tonight's information, put it into practice. If you have any questions about it, On Thursday, I'm going to answer anything and everything you have to ask. Please ask questions. Your life will be predicated on your quality of your life. Your happiness will be predicated on the quality of your mindset, and your quality of your mindset will be predicated on the quality of questions you ask. Ask questions, get answers, move forward. It's a simple system. All right, enjoy the rest of your night. I'm going to see you right back here tomorrow night, same time, same place. If you're listening on recording, I appreciate you. And have a beautiful night. See you tomorrow. Love you. Bye.